Alright guys, welcome to the channel. So we're here for this week's weekly power stage. Unfortunately, I messed up my recording. I'll tell you about it during the stage. So we're going to be on board during the replay. As you can see, I've left it so you can see the wheel. I'm going to turn this down in my ear though, because it's quite loud when I'm not actually driving. So obviously my target time for this week with Co was a 12 minutes 16.5. Just had to be careful with that turn, I'd messed it up in my practice. In practice I'd done a 12:11, so, and I only did one practice lap, I didn't do two this time. I felt good after the one practice. I knew there was loads of time to be had. So under 12 I thought it was absolutely possible here. It's just being brave enough. You see here in this first part, I'm fairly well committed. I am noticing with this Escort, because of the 7-speed gearbox, you are at least in a gear higher, if not two. I think towards the end I'm doing some 4s in 6th, you know, so... But everything here, I'm assuming if you're seeing it at 5th, it's a 4. I know 6s I will do 7s, some even some 5s I do. Here, I just hit the brakes way too late. I'm pretty sure it's the only hairpin in the entire stage. And I messed it up. Typically. But it's not the end of the world, so... There is a point that you'll notice that I realised my initial recording wasn't recording. Basically what happens is, when I hit the spacebar, it's my transition screen. So I'd obviously done a little bit for the bit where it loads up just the car at the start. I didn't want my face in that bit, so I had it just load up with the normal, with just the game footage and nothing else. And then when I hit the spacebar to transition, because I'd clicked record with the mouse rather than using my button controls to do it, it stopped the recording. And I didn't realise this until about 10 minutes in, when obviously the 2 minutes of me talking before we got going, and then 8-9 minutes of the stage, whatever it was, my TV had turned off, and obviously that's when I noticed it in my, so I paused it, effed and blinded because I was quite annoyed, and then immediately carried on to finish the stage. Oh well, I'll point out when I noticed this. I'm looking at the length of the recording, so we're a little ways away from there. About 5 minutes or so. I don't think there's any real major mistakes on this run. It's just keeping it tidy. Being brave, but not being too brave. I know when I did this in the BPM rally, I just wasn't brave enough. And that was costing me loads of time. And then when I realised this, I then was a little too brave. Because there's somewhere along this part, because I don't think it was this actual stage, but obviously it was this section of roads. But there's like a 4 right, and I thought the turn had finished, but it hadn't, and I ended up going up some dude's driveway. I think we might be getting close to it actually. See if I recognise it when we get there. There was a turn up here that I know I went wide in practice. As you'll see, I do it much better here. A little cautious there. Is this it here coming up? Maybe not. This is the turn, so slight right and then tightens 4. So this time I made sure that I didn't go wide, because that's the turn I went wide in practice. But then I went a little wide there. So not perfect. I think it's this turn. Yeah, see, I thought that was, and I went up that driveway right there. But there are a few places that I don't need to downshift quite as much as I was. Like that. I think it was 2, but it might have been a square maybe, but I could have done it in like 3rd easily. I didn't do this perfect, but it wasn't terrible. I think as long as you that right turn off the bridge, as long as you get that bit right, I don't think you lose too much if you get the bit going onto the bridge a little wrong. Just the bit coming off, you've got to nail it. And these bits quite interesting because every corner. Up to that one, you're downshifting and then you're shifting back up again. Like just one gear, you know, like it's a 5, then a 4, then a 3, then a 2, then a 3, then a 4, and then I think you get a crest and then there's that 1, just to throw it off. Thought I was going to hit that post there. That post resisted me a little bit there, so watch those white and black posts here. I don't know if I just bounced off it or if it did collapse, but it gave me some resistance, I don't know. There I just had a little bit of the back end just got a little bit loose, but I managed to rein it in. Here I missed a call, did the same thing in practice. Fortunately, in practice I went a lot more sideways for a lot longer. So I'm trying to gather which part was when I realised I think it's too far from here. I know it's the left hand bend. That's still not yet. So along this section here, I think it's this one here. Yeah, it's along here specifically. Maybe it wasn't. A bit of a longer bend. Nothing there. It was in this area that I suddenly realised it wasn't recording. And like I said, I didn't wait all that long. This one, it's this corner up here. I'm recognising it now. Yes, it's this corner here. That little twitch, that was where the pause was. So obviously now for this, you can imagine I'm really quite annoyed. So I'm starting to see a few errors are starting to creep in. I think my mistake here, which is just coming up. Maybe it wasn't there. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so that's just me just carrying in too much speed. And then I hit that rock and off into the crowd I went. I was kind of lucky I only got a 5-second penalty for that. But we're sort of in the last couple of kilometres of the stage now. I probably would have shown you it from the replay footage rather than this because it looks kind of amusing actually from the replay camera. But now I'm just saying to myself, right, let's just get to the end. We're on for a good time. I saw at this point, as I was passing the last kilometre banner, that I was like a 10:20 something, which, yeah, 10 or 11:20 something. I think it's going to be 11:20 something considering the finish time. Probably makes more sense. So I knew I was still on for a good time. And then we finished with the across the line here. Time was a 12 minutes. I will pause that because we don't obviously need that anymore. It was a 12 minutes flat with 12 minutes .489, I think. So because OBS frustrates me so much, I've messed up recording the actual stage of me doing it. So I'm going to just have to show you replay. Unfortunately, guys, I do apologise. But regardless of that, so I had one incident, which to be honest was after I realised that it wasn't recording, and I'd paused it and I, got myself all angry. And then I hit this rock, flipped into a crowd, got the 5-second penalty. But without that, I would have got under 12 minutes. So I'm going to take that as a victory. Well, it is a victory because Co's only got a 12:16. Let's actually go and see where he is. So there he is there with a 12:16.554. He's 210th at the moment. I am 126 with a 12 minutes flat, well, .489. So in regards to mine and his head-to-head battle, that is now, let's put it down where you can see. Let's put it over here. No. Let's put that. 3, 2, 1. To be honest, I'll probably have just shown you the graphics. You didn't actually see me doing that. But 3-1 to me. Moving forward, as he mentioned in his recent Rapid Rally, he's expecting a baby soon. So obviously, I will continue to take part in the weekly power stages. If he misses a week, then obviously we won't count that towards our head-to-head. Otherwise, I'm just going to get 3 wins and he's not taking part. So he needs to take part for it to go towards our head-to-head battle. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going. 126 though, I'm fairly happy with that. I'm recording this on Friday, so I should still end up inside the top 200, which for my overall championship is absolutely fine because I believe, let me just have a quick look here, I am currently 92nd. So I'm doing fairly well overall in the Power Stage Championship. I'm quite happy with that. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this one. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button. Do consider subscribing if you haven't already. Again, apologies for how the recording went, but next time we'll be back to normal. But anyway, thank you for joining me today, and I'll catch you next time.